Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and watching this video. My name is Eric Luckenbill, and I'm here today to just give you a little bit of information about the Eastern Berks Bombers, tell you a little bit about why we started the Bombers, as well as our vision for 2024. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested or might be interested in playing for the Bombers or trying out for the Bombers, and we want to give you as much information as we can to help you make that decision. And please stick with me for a little bit. If you have any questions after the video is over, please feel free to reach out to me at the contact information on these screens. Thank you for your time. Once again, my name is Eric Luckenbill. I am a Fleetwood parent. I grew up in Kutztown area, but I am 100% all in on the Fleetwood Tigers. My son is a proud Fleetwood Tiger. He's 10 years old. I love Fleetwood baseball. I've given a lot to Fleetwood baseball over the last several years and expect and hope to continue to do so in the future. The reason why I started the Bombers last summer is not because of anything against Fleetwood baseball. It's actually to the contrary. My entire focus in putting some families together and doing this is the idea of thwarting this idea that a lot of times when you get really, really good baseball players in a community, they often find themselves led and motivated to join travel teams. Travel baseball is great. There's a lot of awesome things about travel baseball, which is why I started a travel baseball team. One of the drawbacks of travel baseball teams is that a lot of times they force you to choose between playing for them or playing for a local association. My entire premise of the Berks Bombers, of the Eastern Berks Bombers, is the idea of why can't we do both? Why can't we keep the strongest kids in the associations at Kutztown, at Fleetwood, Brandywine, wherever, but also give them the ability to scratch that itch, to give them the ability to play at a place like the Big Show, or to go travel and play against some really, really strong competition, and also get to play baseball with kids who love baseball as much as they do. I mean, there's nothing like having just a bunch of kids who are dorky baseball kids like my son is and I was growing up. And that's really our goal. And that was our goal in 2023. I was fortunate enough to be able to get enough interested families who I had contacts and connections with. And we got together and we said, hey, let's try this. Let's see if we belong. Let's see if it works. And it did. We've been having a really good year so far in 2023. We've participated in 3 tournaments. We're going to play in one more at the end of July, and we've done well enough. And the premise has worked well enough to the idea that we want to try it again in 2024 and even expand our vision a little bit moving forward. So on this slide, it gives you a little bit about what this was our original objective in 2023 and some of our goals. We feel like we've really met a lot of those goals, if not all of those goals, and we're excited to try again in 2024. Once again, my name's Eric Luckenbill. There's a little bit about me on the left side of the screen. What you're getting with me is you're getting a teacher and you're getting a coach. That's what I am. You're not going to see anything on this screen about my resume as an amazing baseball player or professional athlete or anything like that. It's not what I am. I'm a very good coach. That's what I can tell you. And I can promise you that if your child makes the Bombers, that they're going to be coached by good people, by professional people, by people who care about your kid and who are going to do what's best for them and not just what's best for their kid. I'm thrilled that I had Bombers coaches in Matt, Jason, Randall, and Mike in 2023. And I'm thrilled that they're all planning on coming back with us again in 2024. And I'm just really excited about the opportunity to continue to work with them and to continue to work with families who have continued to share our vision in what we're all about moving forward. So once again, just wanted to share a little bit about us and a little bit about what we're going to be doing moving forward. As you're going to hear in a second about our vision for next year, our vision is to have a 10U team and an 11U team for the Bombers. Matt Salkowski will be the head coach of the 10U team. I'll be the head coach of the 11U team, but all of the coaches will be heavily involved with both teams, and I will be heavily involved coaching with both teams, especially in the winter as we practice and we create practice plans together and separately as well. So what is our vision for 2024? It's pretty simple. We feel like we tested the travel world, and we feel like even though we're not in this to win trophies and we're in this to win every single game, we feel like we've proved that we can compete with travel baseball teams. The last thing I ever want to do in any of the sports that I coach or the teams that I coach is set kids up to fail. And really the reason why I didn't do a tryout last summer and I kept it very small and I kept it with families and people and players that I knew was because I didn't know if this thing was going to work. And the last thing I wanted to do was bring in people that I didn't know well and families that I had no connections with. And this thing completely blew up in our faces. What we proved in 2023 is that we can compete. We're not going to win every game. Right now, we stand at 5-5 in the 3 tournaments that we participated in. We've competed in every game. One game we got smoked, but every other game we either lost a close game or we won games. That's where we want to be. And once again, if you're signing up to play for the Bombers, please don't sign up thinking that we're going to win every tournament that we enter. That's not the purpose. The purpose is that you get to play bonus baseball, that you not only get to play with your local association. In fact, my travel team is probably the only team that's going to tell you that it's a requirement that you have to play for your local association in order to play for our program. But you're getting those opportunities to play with kids who also love baseball, who are good at baseball, have strong baseball skills and fundamentals, but they're also good kids and they're also Bombers kinds of kids. So our goal for 2024 is to have a 10U team and an 11U team, each team having 11 or 12 players. We're going to have a tryout on August 17th. We'll select teams hopefully by September 1st. We will do some practices from November through March. And in March and early April, we're going to do 2 tournaments, and then we're going to pause. We're literally going to stop from the second or so week in April until the last week of June, and we're going to respect the local association season and hope that your kids play on in-house teams and rec teams or tournament teams or Diamond League, whatever they want to play is up to them and up to you. And then we hope to do 2 more tournaments in July, one of those being to get out of town a little bit and enjoy each other and have some fun and come together like our Bombers family was able to do this past weekend in State College, Pennsylvania. So that is our vision for 2024 and our hope that we can find strong players, but also the right kinds of fits and the right kinds of families to do so. So what are we looking for? As it says over here on the right side, we're looking for kids that are self-motivators. We're looking for kids that are not only coachable, but kids that want to be coached. No one is going to be harder on kids than I am in this program. I am going to be tough on the kids that make the team, but the kid that I'm going to be toughest on is my kid. I hold the players that are going to make this team, I hold them to a high expectation because we're going to get them better, not only as players, but also as people, and we're going to become a better team because of it. We want kids that are going to respond well to coaching. We want kids that are going to be self-motivated. We want kids that want to throw baseball, that want to meet on a Sunday afternoon in Schuylkill County and practice with us, that want to go out in the cold and throw baseball and hit off of a tee. Those are the kinds of kids that we want. We want kids that have a we over me mentality. The beautiful thing about this program is that this past weekend, 7 different kids pitched for us. 4 different kids caught. Every single kid, I believe, played in the outfield for us over this weekend. Kids are moving all over to different positions and different places, and they're getting to realize that they have skills in places that they might not have otherwise realized playing in their rec teams or whatever it might be. That's kind of our focus that we're looking for. We're looking for those kinds of kids that are going to say it's about the team over it's about them and their just individual success, if that makes sense. And we also want families that have an eye in the future. We want people to realize that we're not just building these kids up now, but we want these kids to be the leaders when they get to high school. We want to see Fleetwood High School be successful and have a successful baseball program, and Kutztown High School and Ole Valley and wherever else these kids are going to go. We want those high school players to know that the Bombers are the right place to help them develop. What are we not looking for? We're not looking for the opposite of that. We're not looking for negative attitudes. We're not looking for kids that have that me mentality. We're not looking for trophy seekers, that people that are just trying to collect, racks and trophies and things like that. If we win a trophy, that's great. We're going to try to win every game that we play, but that's not why we're doing this. And that's not why we started this. If this is like your second or third travel team that you're looking into or trying out for, we're probably not for you. We're not looking for families that are going to stand behind the dugout and question decisions or, judge the coaches or start to make a hassle or problems about how we're coaching kids and things like that. We are looking for not just good fits for the players, we're looking for good fits from the families. If your kid's one of those kids that's going to throw his helmet every time something goes wrong, that's probably not the kind of kid that we're looking for the Bombers. We're looking for the kids that want to be part of something and families that want to be part of something. If we were just looking to load this team with the best possible players in the area, I wouldn't be making this video and we wouldn't be doing a tryout on August 17th. We would be doing it much, much differently. But our hope with this tryout on August 17th, which will be at the Lions baseball field next to the really nice softball field next to the Lions Fire Company, 5:30 to 7 for 10U, 6:45 to 8:15 for 11U. Our hope in doing this tryout is that we can give everybody who might be interested in us a fair shot to play and to make the team. There's not going to be a ton of openings, especially on our 11U team, but we're going to have openings at both levels, and we're going to give your child a fair shot to make it. The criteria, as it says on the bottom, is based on a lot more than just baseball ability, but that's the strong thing that we're looking for. And as it says in the bottom here, I will be making the final decisions. I will have help from my coaches, but I will be the one that makes the final decision about who makes the team and who doesn't. If you do not make the team, it is nothing personal. It's just the fact that we are very, very limited in the spots that we have and the opportunities that we can give out. If this was something that I could do as a full-time job, I would have a ton of teams and a ton of levels. But this is something that we're all doing for just complete voluntary reasons to help these kids and to give them some extra baseball. In terms of 10U and 11U, May 1st is the cutoff. So if you are 10 years old on May 1st, 2024, you can try out for our 10U team. If you are 11 years old on May 1st, 2024, you can try out for our 11U team. If you're 12 on May 1st, 2024, you are not eligible to try out for either of our 10U or 11U teams. So what's the price? What does this all include? What are you getting out of this? If you want to start shopping around and looking at other travel programs, you're going to start to realize how much those things are. And once again, if that's for you and that's something you're willing to do, go for it. We're going to charge $500 per player for 2024 if the team carries 11 kids. If the team carries 12 kids, we're going to charge $470. Once again, not going to compare ourselves to anyone else, but you are not paying for stipends for coaches. You're not paying for profit margins. I'm not lining my pockets with anything that we do. This dollar amount 100% represents the costs that it takes to run this team. And once again, as you see on the left here, the package includes the jersey, a hat, and socks. We are not going to include pants and a belt in our package. One of the things we realized when we did do pants and a belt last year is that some of the pants didn't fit the kids quite right because of the brand or whatever. So we're going to let families just choose whichever black pants and belt they want, but they must be all black. I will have options for you to just order the black ones that we ordered last year if your kid doesn't have fit issues or something like that, but that would be at an additional cost. This price will include 4 tournaments. This past year in 2023, we did a Spooky Nook tournament down in Lancaster County, which was one day, a Sunday tournament where we played 3 games. You could play as many as 4 if we win and move on. We also did a tournament at the Big Show in Leesport, and then we are planning on doing a tournament at In the Net in Palmyra outside of Hershey. So the hope will be in 2024 for our 10U and 11U teams to play at Spooky Nook in March, the Big Show or In the Net in either March or early April or in July, and then the other one vice versa. And then we're also going to try to do some kind of out-of-town tournament. We just did one at Penns Valley Little League outside of State College. There's some options in Cooperstown. There's a couple of other options out there. The hope, though, is that we can try to sneak out of Berks County and play some completely new teams and be the unknown. I think there's something really cool about that, and staying in hotels and getting a chance to kind of come together a little bit as a Bombers family. What you also get in this package is practices. We're going to do 2 3-hour practices at the outdoor turf facility at the big show. Each team will get 2 hours of that. So the 10U team will practice for 2, the 11U team will practice for 2 hours. We'll do one in November and one in March. We're going to do 3 batting cage practices, an hour long at Rip It, one in December, one in January, one in February. We have a place in Schuylkill County. It's only about a 40-minute drive from Fleetwood that we practiced at last year. We're going to do that 3 times. And then we're also going to get to practice outside a little bit together as well, be it in fall, early spring, or in July outside of a few fields that we have. So once again, that $500 covers everything that we just said. It also covers insurance that I need to carry for the team. It covers a couple of the equipment needs that we need. And it's also going to cover an end of the year plaque that the kids are going to get for participating in the Bombers to show a level of appreciation that comes with it. So once again, as you see on the right, this represents no salary or stipend for anybody. And our books are open just like they were in 2023. Randall Ridenauer and I worked with the books and we worked with finances, and he kept a log of all of our costs and all of our registrations. And you can kind of see how it all works out. When I lost money in 2023 doing the Bombers, like this is not about money, but we're also trying to make sure that we cover ourselves and we move forward from that. We also have some spirit wear options. Amy Ridenauer, Zach's mom, did a great job working with Geist Sporting Goods this past year, and we did a lot of spirit wear things. We can get additional hats for families. We could even do a second jersey that would be better, so it's helpful with when it comes to laundry issues and things like that. But all of those are things that we could talk about that would be a little bit additional money. The $500 per player for 11 or $470 for 12 kids will cover this idea of all of the things on the left. And once again, as it says on the bottom, the $300 of that is going to be due by October 15th, largely because by November 1st, we're going to find out which tournaments that are out there for us to sign up for. And we're going to need a lot of upfront money to put deposits down on tournaments and also order the uniforms. And then we'll need the rest of the registration by January 15th so we can fulfill all the obligations that we have and move forward from there. That's what I have in terms of where we're going and what we're doing. Once again, if you are interested in trying out for the Bombers, what I would love for you to do is to shoot me an email or a text message and let me know if you can make it on August 17th so I can get an idea of how many we're looking for towards and make sure we're prepared for that day. All you need on the 17th is a glove, bat, and helmet. We're not going to be working with catchers or anything like that day, but if you do have catchers equipment, feel free to bring it, or let us know that you are interested in catching. At this point, if you have any questions at all, this is my phone number. This is my email address. I encourage you to talk to some people who were in the Bombers with us this year and get a feel for what their experiences were like. If you're still left with some lingering questions or concerns or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. I hope that this video helps to make it pretty clear what we're all about and what we're looking for, and also what we're trying to provide and why we're trying to provide it, while at the same time protect what I feel is the most important thing, which is to stay loyal to your in-house association. There's nothing more important to me than getting to play baseball with your best friends with Fleetwood or Kutztown or whatever across your chest. And I think that's something that's definitely that needs to be preserved. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm also doing this because I love baseball. I didn't play college baseball or professional baseball, but I was a pretty good baseball player. Baseball has given me a lot over my life. Sports have given me a lot over my life. And this is something that my son loves. And this is something that I would love to continue doing for him and for the kids of Fleetwood and kids around the area in Eastern Berks that are looking for something like this. So once again, if you have any questions or needs or thoughts, please reach out. Thank you for your time and take care.